It's the holiday season, which means... Oh my god, is that Santa? Dude, Santa, what are you doing here? Nice. It's the holiday season, which means that everybody is gathering around and watching their favorite Christmas movies. But you can only watch Elf and Christmas Vacation so many times, right? I think we need something else to help keep the holiday spirit alive. When people think of unconventional Christmas movies, everybody knows Die Hard and Lethal Weapon. But let's go even deeper than that. Let's count down the top 10 Christmas movies that aren't Christmas movies, but you can still watch around Christmas movies.
Number 10. Alright, you might not know it from their more recent cinematic endeavors, but Batman and Tim Burton used to be top tier. Tim Burton's Batman is often considered to be one of the best of the series, if not the best. But recently, there has been a resurgence in excitement for its successor, Batman Returns. Now, what made this movie so awesome? It's 80s, 90s Tim Burton doing whatever the hell he wanted. No, seriously. Batman 89 was such a huge success that the studio took a step back and let Burton do his thing, and the result was Batman Returns, a holiday-themed nightmare in Gotham. This movie has, in my opinion, the best Batman, Michael Keaton, the best Catwoman, Michelle Pfeiffer, and the best Penguin, Danny DeVito. They all commit so hard to their roles, it is impressive. Mix that with the warped, twisted architecture of Gotham City and Danny Elfman's incredible score, and you have one of the best entries in the series. Number 9. Maybe the snowy Gotham landscape isn't quite your style. Perhaps something a bit more tropical? Jurassic World is the sequel to Jurassic Park 3, which is the sequel to The Lost World Jurassic Park, which is the sequel to Westworld. It stars the boy, Chris Pratt, fresh off Guardians of the Galaxy. My god, he used to be Andy Dwyer, and now he's jacked. How do you do that? Some things I wasn't a fan of. The best character in the movie was Blue, the Velociraptor, so that probably says something about the writing. Also, a Jurassic Park movie does not need a villain. Paul Blart Dinosaur Cop over here, totally unnecessary. But the score by Michael Giacchino is amazing, and it does take place at Christmas time, so it deserves a spot on this list. Number 8, Krampus opens with a montage of Black Friday shoppers beating the pulp out of each other, and that pretty much sets the tone for the entire movie. Krampus is straight up mean-spirited, lots of dark humor and creepy atmosphere, but also plenty of really sweet practical effects. If you're looking for a movie that's cynical but also pretty imaginative, give this one a watch. Number 7. Most of the movies on this list are a little dark, but In Bruges is a whole other entity entirely. This powerful, bittersweet mix of comedy and drama follows a pair of hitmen on the run, played by Colin Farrell and Brendan Gleeson. Just a heads up, this movie, although at times really funny, can get soul-crushingly depressing. This is definitely the darkest movie on this list, so just be prepared for that. Number 6, by far the best Marvel movie is Iron Man 3. Now that might seem like a little bit of a random choice, but let's take a closer look. First, the entire movie is told from the perspective of Tony Stark. He's the one giving the voiceover narration at the beginning, and he's the one on the therapist couch at the very end. That's why all the dialogue is so witty and clever, yet everyone in this film is still in character, unlike other Marvel movies. It's all about Tony coping with his anxiety and PTSD, which is really cool. It's fun, exciting, Guy Pearce plays a great villain, Tony's character arc comes full circle until it's ruined by other Marvel movies. Oscar-nominated visual effects, plenty of good humor, and it's a Christmas movie. This has been my case for Iron Man 3 as the best Marvel movie. Number 5. Guillermo del Toro released a film last year called Crimson Peak. Despite being an absolutely phenomenal movie, not a lot of people saw it in theaters, it makes me sad. But hey, here's your chance to watch the film now, because the man himself supports the watching of Crimson Peak as a Christmas movie, since it was an English tradition to tell ghost stories at Christmas. Crimson Peak is just great filmmaking. Absolutely stunning costumes and production design. Stellar makeup and effects work. If you haven't seen it, you are seriously missing out. I honestly think that Crimson Peak works better as a Christmas movie than it does a Halloween movie. There's that haunting snowy landscape, and it's about family. Number 4, Gremlins. Oh yeah, you knew this was gonna be on the list. Like, how could I not talk about Gremlins? I used to be super scared of this movie when I was a kid. Now that I'm older, of course, it's one of my favorites. File this one along with Krampus as an intrusion fantasy film with a lot of dark comedy. The difference here being that Gremlins is more geared towards kids, but it still has its fair share of creepy and twisted moments. Also, Phoebe Cates is really cute. Number 3. Alright, now we're getting down to the must-watch section. Depending on how familiar you are with British comedy, you may know Terry Gilliam as the guy who did all the insane animated bits from Monty Python's Flying Circus. You may also know him from The Holy Grail, a film that he co-directed with fellow Python member Terry Jones and acted in. That's him as Patsy. That guy made this. Brazil is probably one of the weirdest movies on this list, but it's also one of the best. Everything about this film is legit, from the story to the costumes to the actors to the set design. Also, Christmas is an important plot point. Therefore, it's on the list. Number 2. If it wasn't obvious by now, I love movies that have big imagination and lots of practical effects. Love and Peace is no exception. This is one of the most endearing and heartwarming movies I have ever seen in my life, and you need to watch it. If you saw this year's Shin Godzilla, you'll remember Hiroki Hasegawa as the lead. He plays the main character here too, but it's a completely different ballgame. You can really get a sense of the incredible range that Hasegawa has as an actor. Also, it's a kaiju movie, and if the prospect of a Christmas kaiju movie doesn't interest you, I don't know what will. And my number 1 unconventional Christmas movie is Steven Spielberg's Catch Me If You Can. This film takes place over the course of several years, although many of the biggest events happen on Christmas. It follows the story of the greatest imposter of all time, Frank Abagnale, who posed as a teacher, a Pan American airline pilot, medical doctor, and a lawyer, and forged millions of dollars in checks. In my opinion, this film features the best performances of Tom Hanks and Leonardo DiCaprio. Catch Me If You Can is a truly incredible film, and it's perfect for the holiday season.
So that about does it for this video. What are some of your favorite films to watch around Christmas? Let me know in the comments. Thanks so much for watching, and be sure to stay tuned for more reviews and movie news and general silliness. Again, thank you, take care, and happy holidays.